What's going on everyone, and welcome back for more Sword of Convallaria content. And in today's video I want to talk about that specific unit behind me, Candlelight. She is an amazing unit and probably underrated, and she's gonna save your ass in many situations. In fact, she can reduce by a ton the damage you are gonna take, and I firstly thought that I would find her on that kind of guide, but in fact she is only marked as an alternative unit. But in my opinion, she is a bit more than that. So first of all, I'm gonna talk about the kit of the hero, so you are gonna understand how does she work. Then I'm gonna give you some combinations with other heroes that can work, especially one legendary hero, but this is not a free unit. But if you are using her with Maita, we are gonna see that later during the video. This is a great combo too. And finally, I'm gonna try her in the Tower of Conquest, so you can see the potential of the hero on a hard stage. So first of all, let's have a look at the skills. The first one to unlock is that one. This is the one making the units perfect for your heroes to survive. That is an aura, increasing the physical defense by 30% of all your heroes within 2 tiles around the character. So in fact, when you are in a battle, you want to make a kind of rectangle or square and put that hero in the front line. You will understand a bit later why in the front and not in the middle. And you are going to reduce by a ton the physical damage taken by your heroes. On the third rank, you want to focus on that skill first, the support skill. The target is going to have a 20% more attack for 2 turns, 40% more physical and magical defense for 2 turns as well, and then you are going to dispel all attribute debuffs from the same target and granting him an immunity to these debuffs for 2 turns. And then on rank 5, you should take that skill. That's a reaction. You are going to decrease the damage taken by 8% when it is an active attack. And then after receiving an attack, you are going to recover 1 extra energy. Then on rank 7, you will have 2 great skills, so it's up to you to decide the one you prefer, but in my case, I will go for that one. Support skill for 1 energy, 3 turns of cooldown, and it's gonna restore 4 energy on the target, attack up of 20% for 2 turns, magical defense and physical defense too, so 40% extra defense for 2 turns as well. And then on the rank 9, I don't know exactly which one is the best one to take. You want that unit to be played in the front line to take some damage with the trait. I'm gonna talk about that a bit later. So having a bit of lifesteal on the basic attack can help you to survive. Or that one can block passive skills on injured targets for 2 turns before attacking with the basic attack. So that's another amazing one. So take the one you prefer, but it's not gonna have a big impact later. And then, without talking about the rank, directly at the beginning, you will have that skill on the unit, a single target magical damage, 140% damage, and after attacking, you are gonna heal the hero with the lowest HP percentage in your team by 50% of that hero's magical attack. So for now, talking only about the skills of the hero, this is a great support unit, right? But now, let's have a look at the trait. Before being attacked from the front or side, he's gonna inflict the Hanged Man's Mark on the target for 1 turn, and all allies being attacked by targets with the Hanged Man's Mark are gonna receive 12% less damage if they are 5 tiles around that character. And later, when that unit is gonna be 5 stars, you are gonna inflict that debuff for 2 turns, and all allies will take 20% less damage instead of 10 or 12% currently on my unit. So that unit is an amazing one, especially if you want to have more survivability on many situations. And you have other units to play alongside her. You have Maita. Of course you want to play Maita at the beginning. She is an amazing tank. She is gonna tank for your heroes if you have that passive. She is gonna switch with one of your heroes on the terrain and tank the damage for her. And if you have that one too, she's gonna have 100% chance to trigger block, so she's gonna almost nullify the damage taken. And if you take too much damage on Maita, you just have to use the Candlelight to increase her defense using that skill. You put that unit right next to Maita, and she is gonna have way more defense and tank more damage. So these two played together is a great combo. But you have also that legendary unit if you have him, Nurgle. He is an amazing one too. In fact, he is a bit similar to Maita. With the trait, he can block the damage. He has a 100% chance to block when he has the shield charge on himself, which one reducing by an extra 10% the damage taken. And after blocking an attack, he's gonna have 10% more attack, doubled on the targets with the Hanged Man's Mark. And the Candlelight can apply that mark. And he can also apply the mark in AoE in a straight line of 5 tiles, lowering the attack of all the targets by 20% and increasing increasing the damage they are gonna take by 20%. And that is an instant skill. And by the way, talking about Nergal, he is another great support because he has many instant skill, and that one, switching the position with another unit of yours and giving a shield to both himself and that unit, 50% of his physical attack for 2 turns. And when he is dying, he will dodge every single target attack for 1 entire turn and recover 50% of his health with a 7 turns cooldown. So that's another amazing unit. But I'm gonna talk about him in detail in another video. Okay, so time to try the hero in the Tower of Conquest. But by the way, before entering the fight, if you check behind me, these are the rewards you get next week after clearing the floor number 5. And last week, this is what I did. I focused on that tower until I could pass the stage 5 of 5 and get these rewards, so I could get a bit more stuff for my units. So I'm gonna claim these a bit later, but let's enter the battle. I'm gonna have that mutation on my heroes, move down 2 on all my heroes within 1 circle at the end of my turns, and enemies will have immunity to block assist. So let's enter the battle, and let me explain to you how does that strategy work. First of all, if I check the map, there are mostly physical damage. This is the only mage, so maybe I want to kill him fast at the beginning, but the first objective is gonna be to go in the corner, far away from most of them, and put my heroes around the Candlelight so they can have more defense. So these are the units I'm gonna use. I have mostly free-to-play units from the Voyage Momento. You have Rawia, the Crimson Falcon, the Angel, and Maita as well. So I'm gonna put my heroes like this. So let's start the fight. First of all, I'm gonna use that talent to increase my movement. This is really important if I want to move far at the beginning. I'm gonna go here and push the target. 2 tiles only, so he's not gonna fall, but he's gonna lose a lot of HP. And I'm gonna come back over there. Then I can play with Rawia. I'm gonna push that target to kill him directly. And come back here next to Maita. So she will tank the assassin for me. And he's dead. 2 enemies already dead. With the Crimson Falcon, I'm not gonna go here directly. I want to go over there and try to kill the mage. So I'm gonna use that skill. I'm gonna have a bit more crit rate if I'm not mistaken. Or do I need to be behind? No, just need to attack. I'm gonna have more crit rate. So normally I should deal a bit more damage than that because it's not taking into account the crits. And I have an advantage because I'm on a highland. So let's start killing him. Only 1 crit. But he took a lot of damage, so that's pretty cool. And I'm gonna put my hero over there and stand by. I'm gonna take some damage on my angel, my healer. But she has a lot of damage reduction, so it's okay. Now with the Candlelight, I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna use that buff on my Maita, so she will have more defense and attack. I'm gonna use that skill over there, try to kill him if I can. No crit, unfortunately, but I can finish him with that talent. So then I'm gonna move over there, so only 1 enemy can attack my angel. Now with Maita, I'm gonna go over there and just stand by. I want to prevent them from going over there. With Rawia, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna use that skill, so she's gonna have 30% more crit rate and take 10% less damage. I'm gonna use that skill once. I'm gonna take some counter damage. No counter damage, okay, I was expecting some. And I'm gonna use that skill, so I'm gonna push them and deal a bit more damage to the other. And I'm gonna stay here, because if I move here, he's gonna come in my back and deal more damage, so I want to make sure to stay here. Counter attack with Maita. Switch, so I can tank. Perfect, and now I'm gonna try to get close to the Candlelight. Okay, and unfortunately I lost my healer. I'm gonna come here and stand by. Use that skill to increase my stats and heal a bit. Kill that guy. Switch, I can tank again and counter attack, so he's almost dead. And now I'm not gonna try to kill that guy, because if I can't kill him, he is gonna kill me right after. And if it happens, I'm gonna lose the fight. So I'm just gonna move as far as I can with that guy. Stand by. Now with the Candlelight, I'm gonna use that skill to kill that guy, that Seeker, and heal my Crimson Falcon. And I'm gonna stay here for now. Stay here with Rawia as well. I'm gonna go here with the Crimson Falcon, so I'm one tile away from Maita, so she can tank the damage for me just in case. I'm gonna use that skill on that guy. I'm gonna take some counter damage, but it's okay. The goal now is to deal a bit more damage. I crit, so that was great. She tanked the damage for me, that was intended. One shot. That's gonna be hard, but maybe I can finish the fight with that. So now with the Candlelight, I'm gonna increase the stats of my Rawia. The goal is to kill that guy as fast as I can. But now I need to survive. Stand by. I'm gonna use that to heal and increase my crit rate. Use that skill once. And another time. And he's dead. And the fight is over. So that guy is pretty nice to use, right? Oh, and before ending the video, if you want to know what gear I have on my heroes, on the Candlelight, I have that tarot card, decreasing the damage taken by 10%. That's an amazing one to use on multiple heroes. I'm using that one to reduce the damage by 5% when I have more than 70% HP on that guy. I'm using that one, increasing my magic attack by 4%. I don't have better for now. Level 20, 38, and 40. Then on the Crimson Falcon, I'm using that weapon, increasing my crit by 20% when I'm using a back attack. I'm using that trinket to have more attack when I am injured, so below 70%. That Tarot Whisper, crit rate plus 15%. On my Angel, I'm using that weapon, so she has some chance to recover some energy when she is healthy, or some HP when she is dying. And if you want to know, I got that weapon in that chest, so I had to spend $15, something like that, and I could select the one I wanted, and I went for that one. But as you saw during the battle, she died really early, so that staff didn't help at all. Then I'm using that trinket on her so she can heal during the battle, level 20, and that Tarot Whisper to increase her healing effect by 15%. On Rawia, I'm using that axe. You have that in the Voyage Memento, so it's free to play, 2 stars, and the 2 stars are from the Voyage Memento. She has more HP thanks to that, and when she attacks the target with more HP than herself, she's gonna ignore 20% of the target's defense. I'm using that trinket coming from the Tower of Conquest, decreasing the damage from ranged attacks by 4%. That helps a lot, level 31. That Tarot Whisper one more time to increase my crit rate by 15%. And on Maita, I'm using that weapon coming from the Voyage Memento one more time. I have another one from the same Memento, but I am not enhancing it. I'm saving that for another character just in case because it adds a lot of stats. I have that armor and I think that it's coming from the tower as well. Or the campaign. I think the campaign. Increasing my HP by 2% and strike back deals 10% more damage. So that's an amazing one to have on Maita. And that Tarot Whisper is also great to use on her. So she's gonna deal 20% more counter damage as well. Everything level 40. And if you want to know how I can be level 33 and have all these equipment level 30 or 40, in fact, it's pretty simple. I got a lot of extra endurance after completing some quests in the Memento. I spent a lot of look sights on that event. Now I am on round number 2, and this is where I got my Tarot Whispers, my legendary ones. On the first round, you just need to spend something around 2000 look sight, and it is clearly worth it. If you want to progress further in the game, you are going to have your legendary Tarot Whispers, and they are really nice. And on the first round, you're going to have as well 3 potions of endurance, so they are going to help, and here I got 5 extra ones. And if you check here, I still have 3 of the 5. And then daily, I refreshed 2 times using my luck sight. Then it's up to you. I am gonna spend in the game, and so I don't care about using some luck sight to progress a bit more in the game, because also I'm a content creator and I want to progress more than the majority of players to give you some tips in the game. And because I love the game and I want to progress more just for the fun. And to increase my account's level in the crossing world, as you can see, I cleared 1 time every single dungeon to proc the extra rewards, and I farmed a lot that one to upgrade my gear. This is really important to me. Let me know what you think about that, but if you want to have more stats faster on your heroes, upgrading your gear is the best way in my opinion. You have also the talents, but let's be honest, you have only a few chances to drop these, and so I'm waiting for that dungeon or the next one to farm my talents. Okay guys, that was all for the video. Let me know what you think about all of that in the comment below. Have a nice day and see you on the next one. Bye bye.